The Comedy Store would like you to know that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are strictly those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by the Comedy Store and its affiliates.
They should bring in. Are they
Ezra?
looking for new schizophrenic guys? Is Schizo Surfer in the market?
There's guys that actually ask me, "Hey, can I be the closing guy on Monday night?"
No.
Yes.
Don, that's so funny.
Like, I'll show you. I have mental issues. There's a really rich cafe here. Sabotage microphone from the side. Dean Gelber. Dean the Nightmare Gelber.
I gotta tell you,
Did Bob call him
was it?
Dean the Nightmare Gelber
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Oh, I thought we
You know
just
what?
called him that.
If we can do that, no. Let me. I think Bob was the originator of that. Dean the Nightmare Gal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when
Because he
back
said
when
it
we were
all
here.
the time, and then
It's when they were doing the Bobby and Dean show,
which was
and then Dean turned on him.
no Bob.
Bob turned on Dean, I think. Sabotage microphone?
He'd play him on. Hey, welcome to the Bobby and Dean show. Hi, I'm Dean. Oh,
It's not the Bobby and Dean show. I remember one of the better Gelberisms was when Skippy Simon had his hood and he pulled it real tight and it was just his eyes were showing, like so. And Bob was like looking right in his eyes, like. And then he's like, Dean, who is that? And Dean's like,
there was another guy. Do you remember who this was? The guy that dressed up and was a big fan. And Bob was freaking out. It was Painter. Hey, you'll never guess who I am. It's me, Bob. I gotta watch you piss.
Put his hand up.
He's like, right against the wall. What is this, Bob? What am I doing now?
peeping painter?
Peeping painter.
Hope Hatchell's okay. He had a close bond with Bob. Remember he played that porno audio? He looped it over and over again. So it started out like, but Hatchell did it too. I think maybe Hatchell took the reins later.
Oh, was Skippy or?
Skippy originally did the porn thing, but like everything else Skippy did, it was too much.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Oh,
shit.
shit. Oh, my
That
God.
out.
Let's just clap so you know where to.
Hey, John, don't do that.
John, we have enough issues. Sorry, I'm stretching my arm. See, I was up there.
You're trying to do
throwing the
your
ball
dice.
again.
You're trying to do that dice impression. Hey, Eleanor.
Eleanor has neck issues, and apparently curing it, they do the
It's
dice.
throwing footballs.
Throwing footballs.
That's what we were doing upstairs on the parking lot.
You got a big
again.
game tomorrow, Super
very
Bowl Sunday
excited.
for Eleanor's Philadelphia Eagles, even though she's a Rams fan.
I know. I wanted Rick to stay and hang out and come on because I wanted to shit on the Chiefs the whole time. But
that's right.
we don't know the outcome, so this doesn't come out till after.
Are you and Rick, do you think, will make it through this game?
Are you
I
and
don't
Rick
know.
lovers?
Not lovers. We're haters this week because of Kansas City versus Philadelphia. But guys, welcome to the Comedy Store podcast.
What does that mean,
Welcome to the Comedy Store podcast. It's pretty self-explanatory, Danny.
Don?
Whatever. Guys, we have Danny Harris here.
Don Barris.
Oh, and Jeff Danis.
Thank you for knowing my name. A lot of comics who bring me up apparently do not.
By the way,
This happened to me
This
again.
happens to Jeff all the time.
Happened to me again last week.
what happened?
Well, you have to hang out, and people don't know
Anyone
you.
who brings me up turns into an owl. Who? As soon as they
Does
say,
their
who's
head
next?
spin?
They say my
Which
next.
is-
Who? Just pretend. We don't have to be best friends. I bring up people I don't know. Just say, oh, great guy, funny guy.
And that who thing, no matter what it is, it's the worst thing.
Oh, the crowd's
Especially-
like, this guy sucks.
especially
Right.
when it's a celebrity. Like who?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've
like the
had
time
that.
Dion
I've had
Cole
that.
just walked off the stage and didn't give me an intro, just left. Dion
Oh,
Cole
yeah, that was so funny.
just ended. Just show's over. I had to run out. Hey, guys.
It's happened in the past. But I'll tell you, ever since who's that guy that runs Comedy Store Records? The last time it was
yeah,
he
he's
was
a
the producer
problem.
on that.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
see
our
him there again
producer,
today.
John, he's here today.
Whoa, that's weird. Did you know that was
I
him?
did not know that.
Oh.
Nice to meet you, Don.
To meet you.
How did you not know him? I mean, you've met him a few times.
Oh yeah.
He's as forgettable as I am, apparently.
Is this a Jewish thing?
It might be.
Whoa.
Actually,
this-
we'd like to be forgotten, but people won't forget.
If I can say something, yesterday. By the way, is that podcast out yet, John?
Yes, it came out today.
Came out today.
Came out today.
Rave
We did
reviews.
Congrats.
rave reviews on the Robert William Eprovaya.
By the
tribute.
way, I got to tell you this. I don't know who decided that it would be good to have Earl on that.
Oh,
I asked.
be
Oh, that's right. It
cool.
was me.
Be cool, Bob.
I love Earl.
He did not do one thing about Earl. It was about everybody else. You know, when you're doing a tribute,
He
dude,
didn't say anything nice about Bob except
he kept changing it to another person. They never did it with Laheim. They never did anything with this
well,
guy.
they didn't. The Bushman was a paid regular, and they never put his name on the marquee.
And he liked to party. Everyone
Bushman
knows
liked
it.
to party.
Bushman like to party.
Rock the Bushman. It's very somber. Somber one at the memorial.
I still think my favorite thing I ever did with Bushman, he brought his daughter here. And, you know, all of a sudden you hear, Bushman, my daughter in the car. And I remember going out there. And she was like a college student that really looked good. And I went up.
Jesus,
and I
Dan.
She's
went up-
big on social media. She's an influencer. Did you know that?
Is she really?
Yes, she is.
I went up.
She was
to her-
big on Vine, and then when Vine left, I think she's big on Instagram. Like she's big online. She got those genes, the Bushman charisma.
She was having
Did she wear a
fun with me.
loincloth?
No,
No,
not
she
yet.
didn't. She wore normal clothing.
Okay.
But I told Bushman, I really find her attractive.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on, Don.
Everybody did it to
Exactly like.
did it to him. Ingram did it to him, tortured him. He would get so mad.
So much, in fact, that I once just brought her up not to do that. He's like, oh, what you gonna tell me? You gonna fuck my daughter? Okay. I was like, Bush, I was just gonna ask a question. That was it. It's an innocent question.
Hey,
You guys have to ruin it for everybody.
Hey, I have a question right now.
Yes.
I'm sitting here, and you know, there's really no audience. And since we're comics, we kind of play off the crowd. The only guy we got to look for is John, and John seems to be busy doing
You're
other
not
things.
making him laugh. Is that what you're saying?
I'm
It
saying
feels,
it
like, it
doesn't.
feels like you're taking a lot of shots at me tonight.
No, I
Don.
think that there's if you could even at least look at us instead of.
I
looking
hope
at,
your human pyramid collapses.
Whoa, that
Through the
is
stage tonight.
mean.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Are you back to doing the human pyramid? Are
Done
we?
it the last 2 nights. People seem to enjoy it.
Really?
Has
Eleanor
COVID,
should get in there and like cure her neck pain.
oh, maybe has COVID cured everything? You were back to the pyramid.
Oh,
I love
I'm
it.
not. I'm not.
Oh, you just watch it.
No, I'm still the.
Do you wear your mask
Yes,
when you
I
do
do.
the human pyramid?
Yes, I do.
So mean.
Will you be doing it tonight if anyone's listening live, which
The
this
more
isn't
I
a possibility?
Think about the COVID, no, but I do have to check myself twice in the next 2 days.
Why?
You gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I was going to say that.
It's an ice cube. It's an ice cube policy of COVID.
No,
He should have been the spokesperson.
I 3 times a week have to check myself for my job.
Oh, okay.
Where you get
That makes
that.
sense for Kimmel.
And then I'm going to a party where people have got to be clean there too. So
a
Don, do you-
party where people have to be clean? That
what's
doesn't
this?
sound like a party.
Was that a gangbang?
Eleanor, everything's about sex.
Don, do you remember to bring up Lahai again, like Big Earl? Do you remember one time in the Ding Dong Show? Bushman had been bragging about his huge cock for a long time.
This is exciting.
And people were trying to get to the bottom of it. And there was somebody from your
bottom of
job
his cock or the
at
bottom?
the show who grabbed the front of his, I think it may have been in the loincloth. I don't remember.
Probably. If
And the famous quote, Jimmy grabbed my stuffing. Like a Thanksgiving gone wrong.
he,
Grab my stuffing.
He was putting paper towels.
Was he upset or happy?
He was caught putting paper towels in the loincloth.
Trying to make it look bigger.
He was. He couldn't live up to what he was. How much he talked it up.
I will say this: when you mentioned Jimmy doing stuff at the Ding Dong Show, my favorite thing that he would do. Do you remember? What's his name? Brian Cosme.
No, of course.
He had a
Who
brother
doesn't?
and a
Big fan.
father
Oh, of
and a
course.
grandmother that
Oh,
used to
yeah.
come here. Well, his
I remember you
brother-
wrestling the grandmother.
Well,
Very tiny woman.
I didn't back down when she started fucking with me. I went right after.
Really?
But
And I remember you tickling Brian's father, who looked a lot like Neil Young.
That I remember.
And he
too.
just walked off stage, didn't even say a word. If it was a tickling, Yeah, I didn't really like it. And then he came back. They had a make out off once. They had a kiss off. Cosme versus old man. I forget who the woman was. The lucky woman.
The lucky woman is probably
It
dead.
might have been
Blue Iris?
Asian girl.
Oh.
Asian girl.
She was a comic.
It may have been. They also were doing kind of like a dating show where it was like, "What would you do with her on a date?" And the
Brian goes through this whole thing. I would touch her puss.
he's like, "I would do this, I would do that." And then they asked the father, "How about you?" Everything Brian said. just copied him.
Talking old Ding Dong Show stuff. And you know what?
Monday nights, come check it out.
All that stuff is going to be. We're putting together. Right now, it's every month. The best of the month. But
The best of like
Ding
any
Dong
month
Show.
or this
Ding Dong
month?
Show. Anybody involved in the Ding Dong Show. So we'll just take the truly great moments of the history of the Ding Dong Show.
Oh my
From
God,
like
that
that
would be
month in history.
insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so like from February of
But
whatever year.
we might go 3 months. It might
Okay.
be like from this to this.
How
But
much footage? I mean,
Yeah,
how much
you
footage
have
would
to
you?
have-
How many
we
hours would
we
you have?
recorded every show ever.
When did you
Every-
start the show?
It started. I claim that the show started when the cast was Perry and Mole and people like that.
Wow.
Sheba.
Yeah.
So that's like
What
the
year was that? Because I
90s
met
something, right?
them.
Too.
Wow.
Two. Wow.
Well, that was a big year for somebody you just mentioned.
What?
That was the year that one guy that I knew that was on a show that I did at one point. He got ahead in the business.
Yeah.
Having sex
Yeah.
with the casting director from an.
Oh, got it. Okay, that was that year.
It was a big
Oh,
year.
right,
Yeah,
right,
big year.
right.
Big year.
probably. I had
92. Wow, that's a long run, Don.
done- oh yeah. And
That's
like
why
the-
they
you're like
say
the
it's the
Simpsons.
longest running show here at the
history of
World
But
Famous
nobody.
Comedy Store.
Here's what they do at the Comedy Store. They just bury it. They don't try to promote it at all. They just fuck that. Why would we want to do anything that's been here that long?
Do you think they know though it's such an institution?
Oh,
that they don't
who's
wanna
on the
waste-
phone there, John?
Oh,
I am texting our social media person to make sure we're promoting it heavily for Monday.
I think he was texting the club owner.
I'm expecting an apology now.
Oh, that was nice of
I
him.
wouldn't mind getting
Senator,
that. I would
like an
like.
apology.
Yes, Peter, you have something to say to me.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice to get an apology after all these years.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
one of the things that was happening during that time, Brian Cosme's brother, and this is a ding dong moment. I'm sorry if you don't know what that is, but I'm trying to explain it to people that work here now because they don't give a shit about it. But anyway, in this moment, his brother would always say, or maybe it was his uncle. I don't know if it was his brother or his uncle, but he said,
His uncle was great, Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy, that's who it was. And Randy said, "Hey guys," and he said, "Would you care for a cocktail?" Mother says I can only have one.
oh my God.
And Kimmel says, "I want to pay for every drink he has."
what a nice guy.
What a
That's
nice
a nice guy.
It was, and of course his father, the father of Brian Cosme, he went to jail because he was in the bathroom of McDonald's with his pants down and he was masturbating and he passed out and he was drunk.
Aw.
And the terrible thing, he had
They
been
put you in jail for that?
well, he had been at that McDonald's before, so
That was the third strike.
they put him in jail. And when he got out,
But isn't that a testament how good the food is? You get so worked
Right?
up, you got to go jerk off
He's
after.
part of the billion served.
they don't even
And
they
serving.
don't even mention that.
Wow.
He also passed away doing what he loved.
That's what I was going to say.
It's
And then
sad.
when he gets out of jail and he starts doing what he loves, he's picking up bottles and like plastic bottles to collect, and
This is what he loves to do?
Yeah,
he
I mean,
was
it's
hit
what-
by a car and killed.
in the line of duty. I wonder who got the cans for that day. I hope they gave them to
We
the
are
family.
going straight to hell for
no,
laughing at this.
no. Brian came into the Ding Dong Show that day and was very upset because his father had just died.
He came in that day. That's dedication.
And I
Wow.
said, yeah, but you have to admit, he died doing what he loved.
That's a good
That's a good man. I got to think about that. Yeah.
So all the years, 92 to now, you're doing the Ding Dong Show. Do you think this new regime at the store doesn't get what you do
I don't think they get what I do at all.
at all?
Do you think they've seen it?
No.
Yeah, and,
I have seen it.
and what do you think?
It's the worst cast we've had in a long time.
I would agree. I feel like Don has to carry the show.
Yeah, and
It's like pro sports. I mean, you know what I mean? There's cycles.
I will say Don Barris, when I have people coming here and it's very difficult because it happens late, I make sure they stay for Don Barris because I love watching him end the show, whether it's the OR, the main room. It's just a lot of fun. The Ding Dong show, it's out of his control, and him and Mary Jane have to carry the show because they're out of control.
Well, I'll tell you this. Here's what's going on. Schizo surfer who
That's a real person.
spent some time in jail because he took some scissors at the place he lives and he was going to kill somebody. So he went to jail.
So they
for a
say,
while.
though. Can they really
Alleged.
prove? Can they really
This is
prove
alleged?
that?
Yeah, because he was found guilty. They put him in jail.
How long was he put away?
I don't know, over a year.
Oh, wow. A whole jeez.
And when he got out, he came back and he tries to explain the story. He was doing improv acting at the time.
Oh, yes, anding. Someone said you're going to kill that person. Yes,
Yes, and
I'll use these scissors.
You have these scissors as
Your
a weapon.
Honor, I present the improv defense.
That would have been a good defense to use. He was doing improv.
You
That
can't say
could've
no. Are you familiar with improv?
Yeah, never
are you-
deny. Have you ever heard never deny, Your Honor?
Are
Right.
you worried about him now being in the show?
You know what? Since he did that, I'll tell you this, and the only reason I know, we used to have a guy in the show called, what was his name? Never Again, Never Again.
Big Dog.
Big Dog.
I'm the ding dong
You
historian.
Hold on a second. You forgot Big Dog?
I forgot who it was. There's been a lot of ding-dongers.
Okay.
And you know what was great about him? He put 3 G's in dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do remember this. Wasn't he also a raper?
No, he was a rapee.
He was a rapey.
How
number
dare you?
one.
That's what
Yeah.
Never Again is about. Bitch ass had no class, but rape you in the ass. Never again. Never again. Never gonna be raped again. He said he was the Eminem of comedy.
Can I
that was
tell you
his claim to
this?
fame.
And can I tell you this? One time, Eminem wanted, through that show that I work on, wanted to meet us, and we got a chance to meet Eminem.
Wow.
And so the guy that was there starts telling him about Big Dog. I'm not understanding this. Tell me about this Big Dog. I said, well, he idolizes you.
So Eminem didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it.
Wow.
Did you have a demo to slip to him of Never Again? Say, this is a good song you may want to put out there.
Well, the thing that was best about him, we were doing a Ding Dong movie with no help of the comedies.
I saw a cut of that. I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah, well, the very few people, my friends
Yeah.
like you, got a chance to see
I didn't
that.
see it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Danny.
You never want it. You never.
I had a lot, like variety people were hitting me up saying, do you have a quote on it? And I said, I can't. Don said, I can't say a word.
Can't say a word. I
But
remember
what
this.
happened before? So when he was going there, we were doing things with Ding Dongers, and one of the things he always wanted was a tattoo. And so I said,
On the back of his head because it's nice and
no,
flat surface.
on his arm, like
Oh.
Ding Donger for life. I love the Ding Dong show. And when he went to jail, some of the guys asked him about what the Ding Dong thing meant.
In a good way or in a not good
I
way?
think in a friendly way.
Don, from that cut of that movie that has never been seen, it stuck with me to this day. Brian Cosby not knowing how to throw up
I'm
properly.
Sorry. Well, wait, what?
He did not know how to throw up. Blue Iris, the famous Blue Iris.
What did
Infamous?
she do? Did
She was eating a donut. She's chewing her mouth open. Oh, you gotta stop. This is so good, Brian. And he just starts puking. And Don goes, Brian, you gotta lean over. And you saw like, oh, yeah. Like he never
It was
thought,
like this, just throwing.
never thought to lean over on puking. It was a big moment
So
for him.
he's sitting up.
Oh
No,
yeah,
standing up,
Just
standing straight.
straight, but with his head his chin almost up higher than it would normally be.
So it's shooting out.
Or just down, yeah.
And running
Don's
like a
"Gotta bend over."
volcano.
Okay.
Thanks for the info. That's a great idea.
Sorry, Brian. While still with the donut. I can't look.
You know, that was a great Ding Dong. Those are great Ding Dong years. Brian Cosby was
That
great.
movie was great.
It was.
Was great.
And why isn't it out?
Because a few reasons.
Okay.
One of them, they wouldn't include Robert William Abravaya.
Aw. That sucks. For real?
And I said, this is why I do this. This is why there's a Perry, because of Robert William Abravaya. Because I had never seen insanity up close like that.
Okay. That is
Rest in
close.
peace, Bob.
All right,
You know,
Bobby.
By the way, I said this at the thing. Did you catch this? First time I ever came to the Comedy Store, walked to the door, no audience members at all. There was Robert Aprovaya on the stage, standing to the side with 2 fingers under his nose like this. And in the audience was Sam Kinison and Carl LeBove throwing chairs at him.
That's horrible.
That's how I came into the comedy.
But tell Jeff, because I don't know if Jeff knows this either. What was the name of the Comedy Store?
A long time ago, it was the Funny Farm.
I'm sorry, the first time Robert went on, it was
First
the Funny
time
Farm.
was the Funny Farm,
Which is
1977.
apropos.
But isn't that weird that it's 77? It closed for what you said, a month?
Yeah,
possibly?
something like that.
Like
thought this was
Mitzi got kicked
asylum.
out. What did he say?
They paid his bus fare for years to go home.
Yeah, we
Dean.
talked
That
about
was
that.
Dean.
Bro,
Yeah.
here's your bus pass. It's like a school. They give him a hot lunch.
Well, they had a show together, didn't they?
That is
The
true. Bobby and Dean
Bobby and
show
Dean.
for
How
years.
did the Bobby and Dean show come about?
Hi, I'm Dean Gelber.
I think it was just late nights. It would be Don, and like a lot of times, just me and O'Neill,
yeah.
and then Dean, and that was the only people in the room. And Dean was just like, I think we like kind of urged him, and he just kind of kept getting more and more involved to the point where he got to the side mic as a
Nothing
co-host.
against Dean, but he did not think of that on his own.
Yeah, he was like the Ed McMahon, adding his 2 cents.
He was the Ed McMahon.
Yeah. He would intro him. He would chime in here.
But it was great.
Did
it was,
Bob and him
I
get
would
along?
say it was
for
fun.
a brief
no,
time.
not at all.
Brief, and then it would end.
Oh, I don't even remember when it was a brief time because I think
Him and Bob didn't get along. And they
Bob
had a show
never
together?
wanted him on the stage at the same time. And from that moment on, he became Dean the Nightmare Gelber.
And which is a great pro wrestling name if he ever decides.
That is a good pro wrestler.
As Eleanor can attest, she's a former pro wrestler.
Easy
Current.
Rider.
You ever think about getting back in the game?
I'm thinking about it, but I also threw
Eleanor, you can't do it. I don't want you doing that.
When I first did it, when I first was wrestling, Andrew was like, I'm not going to that. And I go, why? You know, you could bring the kids, you know, because it was like 99, 2000. I go, you can bring the kids. And he goes, you're going to hurt your woman parts?
How dare
that
you
was
bring
it.
up my kids like that? They're not allowed to see stuff like that. They're only 18 and 15. They don't see violence. I can't believe you're saying this to you.
All right, what are you doing here?
I just said shit in front of the boys, and Dice
Ari,
screamed
why
at
are
me.
you cursing in front of the boys?
I did shit. I mean, have you ever seen Dice's act? I mean, as their father, I don't do that at home.
What did he
got
exactly
yelled at.
say? I know that Ari got yelled at by
So
Dice.
good.
Oh, many
But
times.
What was the reason the first time that he was like, where Dice threatened to kill him?
Ari and
Oh,
Dice have
that
had
was
a lot.
me. That was me.
I remember
We were-
that in the
me,
kitchen.
My friend Lexi, we were sitting
was
in the
there the other
kitchen.
night?
Yes, last night, and so we're
Dice
sitting
was
in the
getting
kitchen.
his usual massage from one of the wait staff in the booth. That happened all the time. He would
Hey,
just sit.
Pugsley, it's your turn tonight.
He would just sit and get a massage like it was normal, like a real deep tissue. Like they're like touching his head.
Girls were leveling off on
It's like, what is
countertops,
happening?
like-
and he's just talking like it's a normal thing.
And then, so we were sitting there talking, and I said, oh, I'm so tired. I cleaned my whole apartment today, blah, blah, blah. And Ari goes, wiping the semen off the walls. And I go,
Which, like,
immediately, I'm like, as long as it's not your semen, it's fine. And like, I go right back at him. When then we start going
Right.
back and forth, completely forget about it.
No one
We
really
all
says
leave.
anything. It was
Nobody says anything. Nobody's mad, nothing. We all leave. And Andrew and I aren't dating at this point. Nothing. Like I believe he was seeing somebody. I don't even know, but whatever. We weren't together, so we all leave separately. Ari gets a message. What time was it? Like
It was early in the
5?
morning. You could tell Dice had like
4 or
morning voice.
5
His voice was
a.m.?
like, you know, until someone just woke up and he's like, yeah, look, Ari, it's me. I got to tell you why I left that store last night. Because if I didn't, you would have left it on a stretcher. You don't talk to Eleanor that way.
He was so
You know she's a
mad.
nice girl. And next time you do it, I'm going to get the hammer. And he said, next time you're not even going to see me coming. And he's like, you call me as soon as you get up. And you
And
call her.
No, you call me.
You call
Eleanor,
her and you make it
apologize.
right.
Ari's like, I'm calling you because Dice said I have to apologize.
Is this count?
I didn't know I offended you. I'm sorry if I offended you.
Do you have to record this to send to Dice? I actually got in
He did
possession.
call and apologize.
I think Ari got a new phone, so he sent me that voicemail to keep. And then I think I got a new phone, and now it's gone forever. But it was a work of art. It was
a work of art.
Beautiful. The hammer.
And anytime we can send Ari emojis, because for a while he had a flip phone, you can't send emojis, you don't get them. So we would constantly send hammers all the time. It was just so stupid.
Ari got banned from Dice's house. They've had a tumultuous relationship.
He did get banned, but that was real. I was there for that.
He got caught.
He got banned from Freddie Soto's
He got
house,
caught
too.
rifling through Dice's affairs.
What was this story?
Didn't Freddie though set him up?
No.
I thought
no.
Freddie said-
He said, "Can I use your bathroom?" We were downstairs. Freddie was in the townhouse at this point, so they went up.
No,
to the
this is
second
Dice
floor.
I'm talking about.
No. Oh,
Didn't
oh,
Freddie say Dice has a gun
Time out.
in this drawer? Blah 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 blah.
Freddie said, "Andrew has a gun," and Ari's like, "No way, he's Jewish. They don't do that.
We don't do that sort of thing. Some the mafia did, but they're long gone.
He's not Italian." And he just kept like, so Freddie was like, "No," you know how Freddie would fuck with people. He's like, "You got it." He goes, "He always has a gun. He keeps it in his office. It's in the desk drawer." He didn't say specifically where. He was just generalizing in this desk drawer. And Andrew had a gorgeous giant desk in the office. And
For reading and stuff.
Andrew
Here's where I put my comic books.
That's where he would color.
Look at how they're in between the
he
lines,
doesn't like
Eleanor.
you, Jeff. You don't have to add to it.
He loves me.
So Ari just, I don't know what happened. He said he just disappeared, and Andrew, I guess, noticed, and he walked. He was like, "Where's Ari?" I was in the kitchen doing something. He's like, "Where's Ari?" I'm like, "I don't know." And the office was right next to the kitchen, so he walked in, and Ari was like going.
What an idiot!
And Andrew's like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Oh.
And he said, "You had a gun?"
I thought I have something in here. I can't find it. Yeah, he got banned, right? He was banned from all future Dice
He had to
events.
leave. He was no longer allowed to any of Dice's events.
Wheels, escort him off the property. Have they been the same since Ari and Dice?
Yeah, they made it.
Do they
Ari
see
came
each other?
to
Can I tell you this?
Ari came to his birthday, the 60th.
At his birthday,
or
he
65th. I'm sorry.
was sitting next to me, and
He was
says,
so excited to see Don and Ari, to be honest.
Well, to tell you the truth, at first he still gave Ari the cold shoulder, and he said,
Did he really?
"I should be nice to Ari, shouldn't I?"
After all, it's a nice occasion.
It's my 65th birthday, and Elvis is here, for God's sake.
Oh my God, Elvis was there. How great was that?
Who was Elvis?
This guy,
This
maybe
guy
the best
really good.
impersonator.
Really?
Because he kind of looked like him. And I'm looking at Andrew, and he's lip syncing along with it.
He loves Elvis.
Who hired him?
His girlfriend.
So she hired Elvis in person.
She saw him on, I believe she saw him on like the Impractical Jokers cruise or something. I go, "You really?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You don't remember him?" I go, "No," because I met her on the Impractical
Was he a
Jokers.
passenger or a performer?
He was a performer.
He wasn't just hanging out
But
as
I
Elvis?
think he's from either Jersey or Staten Island, somewhere like that. Because
Yeah, because he talked like a Jersey fucking
Well,
idiot.
also the guys, the Impractical Jokers, are from Staten Island, so they knew him, so they hired him, and they usually hire any like people they know. They don't just go outside, whatever. So I didn't see him, but she saw him.
Does the guy sing or does he lip sync?
He's great.
Oh, sing.
He really
sings.
sings
He was
really
good.
does. He does a
And
good
she got in touch with him, hired him, and it was literally the highlight of it. I mean, she could have, if she could have picked the moon down and given it to him, it wouldn't have mattered. Elvis was
did he
there.
shed a tear?
Oh, he was over.
It was-
Hey,
it was
can I get the
glorious.
dumb guy over there to come on up and join me on stage?
I remember when I would park his car, Elvis would be in the CD player a lot.
Jeff had some interesting car parking incidences
did.
with Andrew.
Well, it's Dice infamously held up his key fob to me, like, with like the old school ones. And he's like, the first time I ever parked his car, "This is lock. This is unlock. Do you get it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I get it. This one's for emergency." Like the whole fucking thing. And he would
90% of that is him fucking with you.
He would
But
also
go
tell me to
ahead.
throw his trash bags away that were in his trunk.
Oh yeah, he loved that.
And he's like, "How crazy is this that I bring it in?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty out there. I'll throw it away for you." And Eleanor would wait behind and go, "Sorry."
If I'm ever a millionaire, I'll take my trash to someone else.
He hated having trash on the premises. because it brought raccoons where he lived.
What are those cats out?
No, what was what are the other ones we hate? Ronnie used to shoot them. Coyotes all the time in Hollywood.
Ronnie would shoot coyotes?
She's talking about drug smugglers.
Oh, sorry.
Not the animals.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly. If Ronnie's listening, I don't want any trouble.
Big trouble now.
I don't want to offend.
I never gave Ron.
But his coyotes, he lives in
Probably in the mountains a little.
Silver Lake-ish, like a little bit higher. And so they ate his cat, and he lost it. He fucking lost. But then he got in trouble for doing that. But
did he go outside?
There was lots of them coming.
Did he go outside? So you want to go to war? I'll take you to war.
Come on out, Wolfie.
It's so not like him because he would rather have animals around than people 9 times out of 10. But they ate his favorite cat. It really fucked him up.
That is fucked.
It fucked him up.
LA has a big coyote
really
problem
did.
here.
Yeah. So we had him a lot where we lived, and he did not like putting the trash out.
What was he throwing away?
It was continuous. So he would bring him here at the store, and the coyotes didn't come down.
What was he throwing away? A lot of food?
Yeah, just trash, just garbage. They throw everything away. They don't,
He
they
should have brought
waste.
it. Should have brought it to Huck, like he brought that Thanksgiving turkey once for him.
It didn't Huck like the turkey?
He gave the turkey his Thanksgiving night. I was here at the time because this place was pretty much all I had at the time.
Aw,
and he gave it to Dan Madonia, and he said, "Bring this turkey to the employees." Are you crying? It's not that sad.
No,
he said, "Give this turkey to the employees." Dan Madonia brings it in. It's like in the foil serving platter thing. And he puts it down, and Huck looks at it. The bartender, what the fuck is that? He's like, "Oh, Dice said to bring this turkey in. You guys could have it." Hey, you tell Dice, thanks for bone. Thanks for fucking bone. Screaming. He was not happy with the amount of meat
By the
left
way,
on that turkey.
how much did you like Huck a lot?
He hated me. Did not like me.
I loved Huck. I loved Huck. And, I
But
convinced
I get
him.
what Jeff's saying because he did fight with a lot of people.
He didn't fight with me. He just didn't I forget. I think I did something and he didn't like it. And then it was like a one time and done. And then you're done to me. Like I'm never talking to you. Yeah. So then he didn't like me.
You got along with him?
Oh, I got along with him. And one of the things that he did when we needed a sponsor, he would sponsor my podcast.
I remember that.
Instead of
What
calling
the Hucks?
What the Huck? What the Huck?
His Thai restaurant, wasn't it? It was in Hollywood, wasn't it?
was in
What the
Hollywood.
Huck?
And it was right. And he said, I get more.
It was right on Santa Monica.
Right.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
And he said, I pass these things out. And he's got these ads. I pass them out everywhere. Going on your show, I get calls constantly.
The name of the restaurant was not actually What the Huck, right?
No, it was not.
So they're like, is this What the Huck? So he would know. That was a good move by you. Did he pay you extra for all the business?
He gave us food all the time. Yeah.
Was it good?
Great.
Yeah.
It was good food.
Never
I
had
remember
it.
PJ was a delivery guy for him.
Why wouldn't you hire one of the most reliable guys at the Comedy Store?
He did work hard.
Yeah.
He was a pain in the ass.
That's what I'm
sometimes,
talking
but
Who
about.
else did he work
hard.
for?
Wheels. Chef
right.
Wheels.
Oh yeah,
Chef Mike.
PJ
sorry.
and I worked, and Jeff
I had
worked too
one shift.
night.
I worked one shift.
He wouldn't call him chef, and then he didn't come back.
And let's just say, well, I won't say that part about it. I don't want to ruin his good reputation in the culinary community. It was a party in the hills. I remember that night.
It was a party in the hills. Were you bartending or was I bartending?
No, I think I was just I was like all purpose kind of. I don't think I did a lot. Hey, can you call me chef here? They don't know me as Wheels. All right, Wheels.
None of us called him.
Gotcha,
Even
Wheels.
PJ was like, Wheels, like real loud across the room. Like nobody ever called him chef. He's like, hey man, you gotta call me Chef Michael.
Chef. Like, I can't, dude. I don't know you're a chef.
Yeah, we're not changing who you are. It's ridiculous.
At this point.
So I guess I should ask questions to one of you. I don't know. We should do
To
some
Don.
kind of-
Should ask-
should we have a memorial here for Robert?
Didn't you already?
Didn't we?
No, I don't mean here in the podcast studio. I mean here
At the comedy store? Well, Holtzman already has his material ready to go.
he kills it. Funeral.
He is one of
memorial.
the best memorial speakers I've ever seen.
To be honest
Although
with
at
you.
Brody's it left a little bit, and he would admit that.
Well, he would
He
admit
pushed it.
He was a little off.
And he didn't know him that well. He pushed
right.
it.
Right.
What did he do?
You know all your co-workers well, huh? That's what he was telling the audience when it wasn't going that well.
See, to be honest with you, to me, Holtzman was best. the night that we found out Brody passed away, because everybody was fucked up, and I told the audience, I did a podcast with Brody on this day, and then he did mine like on this day, and one of the things he said both days, if something happens to me, it's because of Brian Holtzman. And then and everybody went kind of crazy, and like people were saying, "Oh, well, we finally had a chance to laugh." And I mean, it really was. And then later, Holtzman walks in the room when I'm on stage, and I go, "Well, you got a lot of balls showing in your face here." And he's waving like that dumbass wave.
Did he have the mustache at that point?
Yes, he did.
The Stalin mustache.
The John Waters, pencil thin.
John Waters.
Pencil thin and dyed jet black.
Do you think it was dyed or that's how it grew in?
It's definitely dyed.
Oh, it was so dark.
It didn't match his hair color at all. He didn't grow a jet black mustache.
Like he got Just for Men and just did black on
it's
that.
Beautiful.
The rest of his hair is brown.
But it must be hard because it's so pencil thin to get the dye to stick to that. Beautiful facial hair.
Holtzman has some great moments here. He really does.
Yeah, he does.
During Mitzi's memorial, that was phenomenal. Shitting all over Mitzi. But also Ari that night was great.
That's how he got in the club, because he was in a show when Mitzi had talked to me, and she
wanted him to be a ding-donger, right?
She wanted
Ari as well. Both former ding-dongs. Don's a star maker. Not Mitzi. It's Don.
She wanted to have... So I invited Holtzman to be part of it. It actually wasn't. Holtzman was never assigned to be a ding donger. It was Ari and Favorman.
It's like the military. It's like you go to this branch, you're going to the ding dong show.
I thought it was the ding dong show she wanted him on. Then she saw him perform in the belly.
At the ding dong show was the first time, because I invited him so we could get people there, and I said, "You've got to bring people." And he went up there, and that's all he talked about the entire time.
Was that good enough, bitch?
Is that good enough, bitch? And you, Mitzi, you think you intimidate me? You don't. And
but he didn't know she was there, right?
Yeah, she was. He
oh
knew.
yeah, he did.
Oh, he did know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And she was fucking howling.
Just fucking
what a roll of the dice to the club owner.
He did it to her all the time.
That good enough bitch.
He would lose it on her, but even on Sunday night, he would just go up, because we had it Sunday for a while. She didn't do Mondays.
Yeah,
we switched back.
She would come in, and she had an hour that she did her showcases.
Yeah,
and I was the MC all night, so I was the one paid regular that would go up, and Holtzman was the other one. And she would have him go on and just sit in there and howl at him and his.
It was literally open mic till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Even further, even longer.
Yeah.
This is why I quit working Sundays, because I started to memorize their acts. And I was like, I'm going to kill myself. This is bad. Like Scotty Barron, Gaylord.
Also, rest in peace. Scotty, I think Gaylord's still alive.
Died?
Yeah, a while ago.
Oh, okay.
You know
put
what?
his name on the marquee. It wasn't related to any of the comics.
I actually remember Scotty Barron, and to me, he represents more than anybody else just somebody who never got past stage one. But then I thought about it.
Stage one?
Yeah, in getting into stand-up comedy, he
Just
never
stayed
got
an open mic comic.
Yeah. Open mic, never got paid forever.
But did he work anywhere else but the store? I never saw him anywhere else.
He did work other
One of the best guitar playing comics of all time. Very off key.
That's very interesting.
Never mentioned that. Why it didn't reference playing it. Would just strum off this off key.
Most of the time, he wouldn't even touch it.
Sometimes he wouldn't.
And then he got to the point where he put a song and he put my name in there. And it was for no reason.
He had a bunch of songs. He had a lot of songs. Put me on stage, you fucking piece of crap. That was one of them.
That sounds real threatening, you fucking piece of crap.
He used to wear a great, I forget the actor's name, but he's on Curb. He's Larry David's cousin.
Oh, the Jewish guy?
Yeah. He looks, Scotty Barron looks kind of like that guy.
Oh, shit.
I can't think of him.
Name?
He was on The Watcher on Netflix, if you saw that.
Yes, he was the...
I've never watched all...
Of Curb?
Larry Curb, yeah.
Really?
And
Great
what
show.
I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. I now
show.
have every Seinfeld season, and I'm going to watch all of Seinfeld, then all of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Do you like Seinfeld?
That's great. It's on Netflix,
I've never really
Seinfeld.
watched
We've never seen Seinfeld either. Oh, wow.
I've never
You got a lot.
watch them all. But I have
Curb's great.
I have seen a lot with Super Dave Osborne in there.
Oh,
he's
funny.
terrific.
He was fantastic.
Marty, what the fuck? The Funkhauser.
The Funkhauser. He was great in Curb. Oh my God. He was funny in almost
That
everything.
voice is so funny. He told that joke where they claimed he improv it and Jerry Seinfeld didn't know it was coming.
That was
it was something about like
so funny.
I think the punchline was like something about someone's cunt, and Jerry's like looks around. Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Larry David going, tell him the joke.
Larry
tell him
was
the joke.
dying.
Right,
and Larry was
right.
dying. You could tell he was about to break. It was this long, like old school, like vaudeville joke.
Well, for a while, Jimmy tried to get Super Dave as the announcer on the show.
Really?
Oh, and there was one time he was an announcer, and it opens, you see a car chase, and you hear him like talking through. So, Jimmy, I got some bad news. He tried to pull me over on the way here, and then he said, Jimmy, they're asking me to put my hands outside the door. And you see the guy put his hands outside the window. Okay. He was so goddamn funny.
So fun. Him on Norm Macdonald with Adam. Oh my God. So fucking funny.
He wasn't happy with Adam.
He was not happy with Adam. It was so funny. It was glorious. And I forget what the... are you Jewish?
Hey,
like,
Adam, you have something to ask?
He
just set him up.
He came on. He was in Windy City Heat, and they cut the scene.
What?
It was because he played a cop, and when it was the scene. If you ever saw it, when we were in the limo, the limo's pulled over, but we shot this after. So we're driving, and we get pulled over. I go, oh shit, the cops are stopping. He goes, why does that worry you? And I go, I don't know. Where do I put this? And I hold up a gun and weed.
Super Dave.
And I begged him, please, whatever you do, don't make me laugh. Please. Please. I'm begging. And so he sticks his head and looks all around. And he goes, what is this? One of those rock music videos? So I'm like, what's that smell? What's that smell? I go, well, it's either Perry's pot or his gun. That's not mine. And he pulled Perry out. And it kind of sucked because then he had a police, we can take you to jail or I can paddle you. And then Perry just was like, don't hurt me, man. Doing like Cheech and Chong. But it was just...
So it wasn't good? That's why it was cut?
It was cut because of that. Because he didn't buy into it at all.
Got it. Oh, that
Pretty
sucks.
Yeah, it is sucked because just to have him around, and he would always like say, good, I didn't want to be part of that piece of shit movie. Anyway, thank God I'm cut out.
Super Dave used to do Nike commercials. Do you remember those in like the 90s?
I don't remember.
Early
I don't
90s.
remember that
He did
either.
like, I forget who the NBA player. It was a bunch of them. He would do like for shoes.
And he was the Foot Locker employee or the
No, it was
Nike
like Super Dave, like doing stunts and shit.
wow.
I think. Yeah,
Okay.
It was great.
I gotta look that up.
You know what? What was always great, I'll tell you this, he did the same fucking joke every time he was ever on Letterman. And it was always funny because they always had a fuck up in the thing. Don't show that. Don't show that, Dave. But you know I'm sure.
Did he do stand up?
No, you know what he did? He was a writer. He was a writer on the Smothers Brothers. Guess who his writing partner was?
Oh, who?
Steve Martin.
Really? I didn't know
Whoa.
that. Guess who? You know his brother, Albert Brooks.
Albert
Brooks.
Brooks.
Right.
Albert
God, I know. I was
Einstein
like,
by
Albert
birth.
Einstein.
And Dave Einstein.
Right.
Dave
Albert
Osborne
Brooks.
took a real non-Jew name. Disgrace.
They had
Whoa, Jeff holding a grudge there.
Yeah.
Getting
they had
upset.
Rob Reiner on there. What a great writing staff of young writers.
Can you imagine? Wow.
Boone Shakalaka, a young,
Boone
young,
was on there?
a young
Okay.
Is
Boone.
he alive?
Let's hope not.
Jeff's not a fan.
No.
No, I know. And you know what?
I still
And-
have,
I
and
don't blame
rightfully
I still have a
so.
pending lawsuit, Tom.
what is that?
I don't, but I often think about if the
So would you sue the store or would you sue Boone?
everybody involved,
I like this.
everybody.
I think you should do it.
Dean Gelber, Laney
The
Gelber,
Dean the Nightmare
Jerry Gelber.
Laney and Jerry are
Everybody's
named in it?
involved.
Wow.
Going to the top, all the way to the top, to the bottom.
How did Laney and Jerry get involved?
How did they not?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
They were
I'll
always
tell you
here.
this. It was.
They're always here.
I always told Jerry
Okay.
The reason Dean's so fucked up because as a father, you were not a very good stepfather. Have you ever offered to play catch with him ever?
Even now, as an adult.
Yeah.
So
Now
hey,
he probably does.
Could we ask John a question?
Sure. Is John still here?
He's
oh
still
yeah,
here.
he's still here.
In body.
I couldn't hear.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that's
It's
so
a shot.
rude.
That's personal.
Well, was this a bad show? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was funny.
Oh, was it?
I mean,
It was great. It is great. Still going on.
He wants
Let me
it
ask you
over.
this: who else has had better shows?
On here?
Yeah.
I mean, every show you're a part of is
Okay. Yeah.
amazing.
That obviously. But let's. Who
that's
else do you
nice.
say?
He
Who
said
else do you
that.
find funny?
No, I'm serious.
right, but
last
who
time
else?
you were here before the other day, Ari pulled out his dick and banged it on a table at your
Oh,
request.
That's right. He peed in a
Yeah.
bottle, and it was green.
It was like
And I was like,
lime
dude,
green.
And
Juice.
out of all the things
green?
that Don could have requested, he said, "Now bang your dick on the table."
That
and
is true,
Ari
and I
started
think
to
it
bang
was this table
it
that's
sure
probably
was.
never been wiped.
The old gavel.
The old Shafir gavel.
No, but who do you find funny as far as like podcasts?
I think podcasting wise, you guys. Here's the thing, and I'm not trashing any of the younger comics in the place, but
I like that.
I feel like you guys have stories, and a lot of them are talking about recent stories. Like a lot of their podcasts are this weekend, or I was just on the road, and you guys have stories from the Comedy Store.
Is that interesting?
To me, it's funny and interesting because your stories are a little bit more insane.
It's also that the stores changed so much
Oh,
that
yeah,
like they
now
don't really
corporate.
Oh,
have
no, yeah,
stores
I know,
now.
and that's
They're like,
why-
yeah, I was working and a car pulled into the lot. We had to tell him to leave. But back in the day, it was like
I remember
crazy
that.
as shit. I had Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys walking across the lot on the tripping on Tuesdays. I was like, that Bushwick Bill? He's wearing like a fur coat.
And
It's
who
very
was that
small.
guy? Fat Lip from
Far Side.
No, the guy who's a rapper.
He's from the Far Side, the rap group.
Yeah.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, I thought
he
he was
was
thinking
here,
of somebody
and
else.
one
I'm
night
like,
he got on with the band, and I swung
Oh,
my
yeah.
arm, and I cracked him in the mouth.
You did leave him a legit fat
His
lip.
you
lip
gave him
was
a fat
bleeding.
lip.
Yeah.
That's Danny.
Well, here's the other thing. Now that we've gotten more quote unquote corporate, like you guys don't, a lot of the things that happen here have to be kept here. Like we had an employee try to murder another employee a few days ago.
Did you see that?
Whoa,
And I
did
like
not.
that.
I didn't know you hired Schizo Surfer.
No, did you guys hear about that?
No.
no. I mean, not Jeff's lawsuit because his is legit with Boone
Still going, yeah. I have a
Showing
few.
his
He
penis.
came up to you and he would touch you inappropriately. All
No,
the
no, no.
time.
He would just show his.
Well, that was once, but every greeting of him to me was, "Come on, let me suck that dick." And that was the opener, and then it went
Did he
from
ever
So
there.
how did you
you-
become friends with Eleanor? That's her line.
Oh, come on, let me suck that dick.
Oh, you let Eleanor suck your dick, not me suck your dick. Like he's jealous.
See,
Imagine
I'll
he's
tell you this,
jealous
and
of
like
it. It's
people,
hysterical.
it doesn't bother me that much, but it's like, what a dick he is.
Boone or
I brought Boone
Oh,
into
yeah,
the
yeah,
Ding
yeah.
Dong show, and every week we would have him do Tina Turner's.
Rolling on a river.
Yeah.
of course.
I'm your memory,
He
Don.
took
You need
that.
me around.
So
Is your memory
so-
conscious? I don't know.
he quits the show, and then he goes and he does the exact same song during the roast battle. And in my mind,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God! Yes.
we had you.
I never
do
even
that
thought of that.
every fucking week. I wasted
And he
time.
would get so dramatic.
He would look
coming
so
up the
good, right?
steps
That
to
white.
set up his shit.
He was
It
in white
so
face.
dramatic.
Yeah.
He was
Looked
in
like
white.
someone threw flour in his face. I always said he looked like E.T. when he was in the closet and he had the wig on. It was that sort of look.
Gertie's
By
little
the way,
friend.
I want to say one thing. You know what I'm seeing a lot of on Reels? Mooney stories.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Oh, homie.
Do you love it or hate it?
I love it.
Okay. I was like, wait, what? Don loves.
It's so.
Jeff
so-
doesn't like Mooney, but
didn't like
we
Mooney?
like.
He
but
just
it's
wasn't
a
nice
different
to any of the
relationship.
people who worked here. He just was not nice to any of us. But I think it was towards like he was older, and I think I don't know. He was just angry.
Yeah, he was always nice to me. Well,
He's
I mean,
always nice to me too.
He would
he
come
did
in
call
with
me the
just-
white lady.
with such a chip on his. Like he was just so mean to all of us. He was just like a dick.
The very
For no
first
reason.
time I saw him, I'm sitting in the back of the room, and Mooney goes into this thing, and I had just gotten here from Saginaw, Michigan, and he's like, "Oh, look at the white boy in the back. He wants to hang me."
Blonde hair, blue eyed.
And I can see you doing
Red
a friendly
hair, blue
wave, a
eye.
wholesome wave. Hello.
I just thumbs up.
Yeah.
And there were sometimes with Mooney, I would see him fucking shit on guys, and the guy would wait for him by the back door. Mooney went, "Get out of my way."
Oh, homie. Like he didn't even pay any attention.
Yeah.
And be big dudes like,
Oh, and they were ready
fuck
to
him
kill
up.
him.
I'm gonna fuck him up. How dare so many people would write in, literally send in letters about how awful and racist Paul Mooney was. We had a filing cabinet filled
I did
with
not know
letters.
this.
And I used to tell Paul he should come get them and produce,
answer them.
no, not answer them, but put them out.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess you could answer them in a book, but I wanted him to put them in his book because he was doing a book. I have his book, Race. I think it's Race. Was
That
the
was
album
his
called
first album.
Race?
First album was Race.
Yeah, but what's
Who
the
was on
name of
the-
the
who
book
was-
too?
who was on the album
Black and
cover?
White. Paul Mooney in Black and White.
Who was on the cover of Race?
Don Barris.
Absolutely.
Kevin West.
Kevin West.
What were you doing on the cover?
We were in a race.
Blake Clark.
No, it was
No.
just another guy.
Oh,
Another-
just a rando.
another one of his white friends.
Oh, okay. There's three white guys and Mooney's got the gun. And,
Did he autograph a copy for you?
No, but you know what? One
I
of the
have
cool
a
things,
couple of them he gave me.
I went to. He took us to dinner after that to the Waffles and
Chicken and waffles,
Chicken and
Roscoe.
Waffles- Roscoe's, and everybody in that place knew him. Hey, Mooney, man, what the fuck are you doing here?
Who are
And so
these
people-
guys?
And there was one guy that comes up to him and is talking to him, and he kept dipping into Paul's French fries.
No.
And you could just see Mooney looking at him. And when this guy got his order, Mooney just went over and took a handful of fries from him.
That's called reparations, homie.
Jeff's favorite of that era is David Banks. Do you remember David
Oh
Banks?
man,
Yes.
David Banks.
You had something to do with him, didn't you?
I had something to do with him.
Wasn't there something?
that's Chris Tucker.
No, David would tell Jeff and O'Neill. Of course, he picked these two idiots to tell.
We were always working, and he pulled into the lot, and I said, Dean, he pulled in a real fucking piece of shit car. I go, Dean, who's this guy?
God love
Bro. And I go, that's not an answer, Dean. Can I let him park here or not? Bro, you don't know him? Do you know him? Bro. And he just wouldn't say who the fuck. So I was just like, all right, I guess he's parking here. He parks. I start talking to him, and it turns out he's David Banks, was Pryor's right-hand man, wrote a lot with him, wrote a lot with Mooney, and he just, everyone else was like dismissive of the guy. He was older, but he was hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
So he just stood
One
at
of
the
my
back door
favorite.
just telling me hours of old school stories. I'd ask him questions. He's like, oh, Eleanor was fucking everybody. And then like a second later, Mitzi was fucking everybody. I was like, I see a trend here. And then he would tell me stuff about Mooney. It was all
Can I ask you
hilarious.
this? Does Peter
So
hear
funny.
these shows?
He reads the comments.
He gets an email every time there's a comment. He claims that he doesn't listen anymore, but I think he does.
Okay, well,
See,
send
I
Peter a
have nothing
message.
but good things to say. To Peter.
That
I
was
just-
good.
If he
That
was
good, Dan.
listening, what would you have to say to him?
I would say, if he was listening, I want to distance myself from that comment that Jeff Danis just said.
Oh, remember the night we did the live and for Mitzi's 90th birthday? It was during COVID.
Yeah.
And you were my co-host, and we had people calling in like Schubert and Holtzman. They were all on Zoom. And a couple of the girls hung out, like Kim Tavares, but her fucking feed was bad, but they were dying. Retha Jones. And we were talking, and Holtzman's like, Schubert's selling Mitzi soiled underwear. And
The fuck?
it just kept going. So Peter calls me the next day. He's like, it was so great. Me and my kids listened to the whole thing. I go, the whole thing? I did not stay the whole time. Because Schubert was drunk and he was saying crazy shit.
Uber got drunk?
Yeah, but not on a Zoom, not on a fucking podcast where he was saying crazy shit.
What a
Like,
tribute.
He was talking about
I
she
think
loved having sex. I was like, oh, Schubert.
If you're listening, Peter, you need to hear this.
I don't want. If you're going to tell another story about Mitzi, I don't.
You're
wanna hear
right. You're right, Danny. I don't want to make you nervous. Meanwhile, you sat there the whole night laughing about it with me as my
I
co-host.
don't believe that's true.
Yeah,
I'd like
that's
to see
weird that you're
I'd
lying
to
like
see
that. See, Mitzi would know. That's Mitzi texting you right now. Stop lying. Is it Mitz?
Mitzi.
Yeah.
Mitzi has an Instagram account.
Stop lying. Don's Aryan.
Okay, I was the milkman.
Don's very Aryan looking. We can cast him as an Aryan. He's German. Did you know that?
Tonight, I have the distinct, I don't know if anyone in the history of this club's ever done this. I'm bringing up Holtzman in one room.
Okay.
In the main room, Don Barris in the original room.
What?
This
The
is
1-2
beautiful.
combo.
Can I tell you this?
What a
I
combo.
love this.
Yeah.
There was one time I've always wanted to follow Holtzman on a regular basis.
I bring him to open for me. We're doing Vegas together.
You should bring me in.
Come.
Yeah.
Didn't you and Holtzman do a show in La Jolla? Is that real or did I imagine?
Yeah, we
Long
did.
time ago.
Yeah, and then I did one with Holtzman and
Shuby.
Brody.
Oh, you did Brody?
No, Ari and Brody is who I did it with. Holtzman couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. I remember Schubert. Oh, that was the closing of
Yeah.
9/16.
Yeah, but I brought and they said down there this the worst show that was ever here. And it was like it killed me. But fucking Tommy, management says worst show ever.
Don't say that. That's negativity.
Total
Even
negativity.
Brody and
Yeah.
you and Ari.
Yeah.
Wow. That fucked up.
And you know what? And people like who was there? Moses was there at the time, and he said it gave comics a thought of like, wow, comedy doesn't have to be just this.
Yeah, I think if any show would do that.
In my head, I was like, wait, what?
Those three. I think
Comedy doesn't have to be what? Comedy? Funny? What are you
Out of the
saying?
box.
Whoa. Who the fuck are you?
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Don't say that.
But
Dice, I don't want you to hear this.
you better be careful. He will leave a message. And he does have a hammer.
Does he still look after you?
No,
that
I mean
way?
he always looks after me. We're friends like that, but it's just the way Ari said it. He doesn't joke like that. You know what I mean? Like we fucking joke like that. We
Can
don't
I tell?
care. We
Oh, I
say
know.
wild shit.
Like the one time that I said to you, I said something to you like I always
You've
used
done
to
it
say.
in front of family.
Yeah. Right, I know, and your brothers.
And do you remember Joe Rogan that time when my brother Jimmy was here? Because we talked about my brother Jimmy's calves. My brother Jimmy was here, and you were saying something that, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to say it on here. But
Go on, say what it was. It's probably
that my pussy stinks. And
Yeah,
then
okay.
I was like, what? How would you?
you give me somebody that says differently.
It seems like her brother might.
And Joe Rogan was just sitting on the ledge out there, and he goes, Don, be careful. Can you see his calves? What are you doing? And it was my brother Jimmy just standing there like, the fuck is
Did
this
Rogan
fucking
ask
guy?
for some tips on legs?
How do you get big calves?
Yeah, he's like, tell me, what are you doing? What are you doing in the gym?
No, he's like, Don, you're not paying attention. And then Don started, and my brother started laughing. He don't care. I mean, he didn't. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
But
act.
if it was my mother, I would be like,
Yeah,
shut
well, I
up,
didn't. Your
don't-
mother
she
wasn't
knows.
there. But it might not have been that time. But one time I said something to you like that, and Andrew, what he did, my girlfriend at the time, he said, "Hey, how'd you like to pose my album cover?"
So retaliatory.
Wait a minute. No, that was way before I was in the picture. Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you this. The reason I know that it wasn't, he didn't have an album coming out, and no, it was not, because I said something to you, and he liked you, and it was
Maybe
the
he
first.
just liked, because I was like, wait, that.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
This, and he really, and he, so he told her, yeah, hey, Don, maybe I can get, take her in there and start taking pictures, and you never know where that's going to lead to, huh? And I was like,
Oh, boy.
yeah. But,
He's very protective.
right. But he didn't.
People are jealous that I have a friend that's protective.
But at the time,
But he doesn't get that kind of humor.
But you know-
obviously.
and I've said this before, like when all this cancel culture came out, I would get up and tell people, Eleanor could have me screwed the rest of my life. Were you here when Eleanor would come around and I go, Eleanor, and she'd start running and I'd tackle her and I'd start pumping her in the kitchen.
I was not. No, unfortunately not.
And who was that woman that opened for Dice?
Christy Miller.
Christy Miller?
No,
No.
Well, she was always fun. You copied a lot from her. I remember.
What?
Who's open woman?
But she was in. She got on.
Patty Ross?
Yeah, Patty Ross.
Patty Ross.
Patty Ross would get in the circle and go.
Yeah, Patty was funny. Patty was out of control.
And you know what?
She
And
would
it's
get
just,
all fucking into
you
it.
had such a wonderful sense of humor. You were so
And we
perfect for
were
this.
silly like that. It was perfect. But
It
like,
really was.
he would get upset. Like one night he called me and it was kind of late and I picked up and I had just gotten off stage or something and he goes, "Where are you?" And I go, "Oh, I'm fucking around at the store." And he goes, it was like quiet for a second and he goes, "That's why you're single. Who talks like that?"
Jeez. So prudish off stage.
He goes, "Who's going to go with, I'm just fucking around at the store."
So he just saves it all up for stage, and then off stage it's squeaky clean.
Hey, can I ask you something, Eleanor?
Yeah.
I don't know how the Comedy Store podcast goes, but I noticed your producer is.
Danny, this is very unprofessional. Like, you're answering it, Holtzman?
Yeah, I've got to.
Is it Dice?
It's Schubert.
Holtzman would call Schubert every time.
Mary Jane, I'll call you later.
She was already on the podcast this
Sure
week.
you're awake.
I am awake. I'm doing a podcast.
Oh, this is Don Barris is awake. Got it. She has to call you to make sure you're awake for your set.
She has that
Is,
option.
is this like you're asleep all day, or is this like you fell asleep for the night? Is this a morning wake up call?
on the drive to the store.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
The alarm clock is very meek. Hello.
Time to wake up.
Okay. Not very funny.
Wait a
And
minute. It's very funny.
no, but the truth is, I think the reason she does it, which is nice,
Very
is
nice.
because I do my normal day. I work at Kimmel.
Right.
I come home. I do from 8 till 9. I do a show online, and then
you do a live every night, or
Yeah,
you do?
every
Oh wow, that's
and
impressive.
it's just to try to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And
but still, it's-
so then I'm pretty tired, and
Yeah,
I
of
have fallen
course.
asleep. And there's times that she has saved my ass.
Right.
So
Well,
So
that's
it's
very
become-
nice of her.
and she's very wonderful.
Have you ever missed a spot here because you've fallen asleep?
Once.
And what was the reaction from the staff?
Uncomfortable. Probably we were upset.
There was a time recently they were
nothing.
looking for you and you weren't here. It was
Yeah.
like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I imagine people would freak.
We were
fuck
freaking out. Like, where is Don? I remember that. Yeah, that's right. We were in the parking lot, and they were like, "Don's not here. Don's not here," and everybody was just
Yes,
like,
you said, "Oh,
scurrying.
great, let me go do another set." Eleanor.
No, but I did get another spot because of it. But then then he showed up, right?
They
Then you
they
showed
said
up,
to me,
like-
"You want to do a set?" And I go, "I'm too upset. He may not be all right. I'm not going to go on." No problem, man. I think that's what a friend would do.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what I'm
Eleanor got 3 spots in the building that
saying. Have
night.
you
It
gotten
was a
3
hat
spots
trick.
in the? Have you really?
Well, I mean, because I was doing the belly room and I was in the main
What's in the
room.
belly room?
That night specifically, it could have been Tammy Jo's show. I do her show a lot on Saturdays. She used to have him every Saturday. Now she only has him like once a month or every other Saturday. I forget.
I would love to do that.
Do it. She would love to have you.
Nobody lets me do anything here.
Well, do you talk to Tammy Jo? Do you know who she
I
is?
don't talk to that bitch.
How dare you?
I'm completely joking. You know, I did that for the funny.
No, yeah, she would put you
She's
on.
always
She
nice.
usually puts Comedy Store comics on because it's easier to have them around for the most part, especially late. Because her show, I think, is
Have you
at
ever done it,
10:30.
Jeff?
What, the show?
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of like you. No one lets me do much of anything.
That's because he doesn't ask and he doesn't hang out, and that's why people don't know him.
I'm polite.
What is with that generation of comics that won't ask for anything? A few people have
I'm
said
like that too, by the way. I don't
But
ask.
you get on the shows. Rick told me the same thing. Earl told me the same thing. You don't ask.
It's a thing. It's like
It's kind of like comics who ask aren't usually seen as funny.
Well,
it's not
that's
always
true,
the
too.
case, but it's like people who are pushy usually are like pushing
Not
with
that
nothing to
funny.
back up.
Yeah. See, I don't push, but I will be like, oh, hey, if you ever need a comment, I'll try. But I don't go like after people. And
You've
so
never done that?
no. And so what I'll do is
Well, Don, it took her 20 plus years to do
even
stand up.
start doing stand up.
She's like, maybe I'll wait tables.
What's that
for
show
you.
on Thursday?
what shows on Thursday?
Tripping on Crack 'em Up Thursday.
Crack 'em up Thursday. Yeah, I've done that one.
Yeah, I've seen you beg to get in there.
Wait a minute, beg to get in there. Nichelle is good to me, but
What about Levi? How they're not?
Levi's
how dare
great.
you?
Levi's great.
One of the best hairstyles in the business.
But what I was trying to ask before, I don't know how this goes, but I noticed your fucking producer just keeps looking.
Wow,
away.
that's so weird that you keep shitting on my producer here. I
Don,
kind of.
you've attacked me the entire show. All I've been trying to do is post to social media and get you more visibility.
Don,
I
he's from the world of
apologize.
rock and roll. I don't know if you want to cross this guy.
Who's the biggest band that you've worked with?
I'd rather not. I mean, the biggest band or the biggest artist?
Either one.
Cardi B, Ed Sheeran.
Relationships with both of them.
Coldplay, you saying that on the air?
I mean, I don't listen
On
to
the
them,
air?
but I worked on
August.
their albums.
Really?
You were the ghostwriter
I wrote all their albums
for
yeah.
Cardi B.
Yeah,
What do you
Did you
think?
write Wet
What do
Ass
you think
Pussy?
of
that was actually my first
Wow.
solo writing job.
What do you think of Coldplay?
I think they are. I will respect, like, seeing the music that's out today. I will respect anybody who plays instruments.
Oh wow.
What do you think about a candle made from the scent of a woman's vagina? Who?
I would sell it on
Paltrow?
thecomedystore.com.
Goop.
Whose vagina? Goop.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a little?
Well, there's no connection anymore. They had a conscious uncoupling.
Well,
I
I
would like to hear a funny story.
I would like
You
that.
shouldn't tell.
Let's do it.
Let's
because I
do
gotta
some
get
more
on
cuts.
stage.
Go for it.
Give him some more work to do.
The band Coldplay did the Jimmy Kimmel 20th anniversary show because they played the very first show and they played on the 20th anniversary show.
Okay.
So now they start out. Chris Martin's downstairs and they have a little music box that he starts singing the song Clocks.
Okay.
And they come into a little string section. Then he goes up on the roof and the band's there. So it's all boom, 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 but they play the song. And it's a pretty cool thing. So now at the end of the song, they're just up there talking to each other. Jimmy and Chris Martin are talking to each other. And you see the band, you see Guillermo. They're all talking, but nobody knows their mics are still live. So
Hot mics.
So Chris Martin leans over and he's saying something to Jimmy, and I say, "By the way, that candle doesn't smell like her at all." And everybody laughed, and I made a funny in front.
What did he say?
He didn't actually hear it. And so they were on camera on the roof, and he leaned over, and so you could see him. And then I said in front of the gang. That's when I said that.
Don, have you seen the documentary where there's a guy from Kimmel who's a big part of it?
What? Which
A
one?
researcher, the what's it called? The Hatchet guy.
Oh really? Oh. Yes.
What is this?
It's called Hatchet Killer or something like that.
It was a
Hatchet-
dude who was like a hitchhiker.
Oh yeah.
Smash,
So the researcher
smash.
for Kimmel was trying to get him on,
Right.
and this guy was on like the whole documentary.
And-
He said
Give me his
former. He doesn't work there anymore.
No, he doesn't. I think he does.
Does he? I
Was
thought
his
it's-
name Gary? I didn't think it said former.
Kai?
No, that's the guy who the
Kai is
hitchhiker,
the
but the
hitchhiker.
Kimmel guy, I forget his name. He's like a reddish hair,
Right.
reddish brown
and
hair.
they got him on there. I remember that guy, and
He's like, I didn't realize. Like, he just like he got him on. Like he thought it was a crazy viral story. And he's like, I didn't realize how crazy this dude was.
I'm surprised he didn't get an audition for the Ding Dong Show while he was in town.
that's how Tennessee Ernie Tuxedo got there.
Don, I control the weather. I don't know.
He was.
Don, he controls the weather?
That's what he claims. He was on
I believe
the
it.
show, and he was in the audience. He had done a bit on Jimmy earlier in the day,
Okay.
and so he's in the audience because he wanted to. Hey, would it be cool if I watched the show? And so they let him do that. So now he's out there, and I'm warming up in the audience. I immediately see him, so I immediately go up to him, and I find out how crazy he is. And
Glorious.
so
Perfect.
You got a great look.
Jimmy's looking
His
for
look
things.
is incredible.
And I bring Jimmy to him, and he starts, and he tells Jimmy that, yeah, I did this, I did a bit earlier for you today. And he said, and what do you expect out of it? Well, if you could get me some spa glasses so I can look at girls bathing. And And
Very
he's like,
nice.
and Jimmy went and told him, take that guy out of this bed.
I don't think I've told you this, Don. Not that long ago, a friend of mine, comedian who has a child, children same age as mine,
Okay.
was at Disneyland. Was it? I always get him. Is it Land in California? Or
We're
World?
Land, yeah.
Okay, so he was at
World in
Disneyland.
Florida.
He's having a nice day with his family. Sends me a picture. Who's sitting there staring at the carousel by himself?
Nope.
Tennessee, Ernie Tuxedo, just watching kids on the thing.
Danny.
One of the creepiest pictures I've ever seen. In my
I don't know how
life.
that could be.
I said,
Because
did you notify authority? Did you go tell somebody?
have to
Get
tell
this guy
somebody
out
right
of there.
now, right now.
He's like, I kept an eye on him for a little bit, but then I lost him in the crowd. And I was like, oh no. You may want to talk to somebody.
I
The
will
other
say
missing
this,
kids.
without question, Tennessee Ernie Tuxedo is the creepiest looking dude I've ever
100%.
seen in my life. And he's like, and he is
Got
like,
great hair, Ric Flair, blonde,
you know,
kind of
what
a bowl cut.
You know what he did?
On his
He,
bicycle.
had hair
Looks good coming at
transplants.
you.
He's 73 years old,
He's got hair. He's 73.
and he had $20,000 of hair transplants.
Is that the guy that was dancing like a serial killer up there?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like
Serial
Buffalo Bill.
rapist.
Like Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
I was like, this is very fucking.
73.
Take it easy, man. Why? I don't hear you say this about crack him up
looks
Thursday.
good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He rides a bike
Everywhere.
from downtown L.A. up here.
And he probably rode it to Disneyland.
Probably.
Isn't he
did.
a Peloton instructor?
Pedophile.
Hey guys, let's
It's a
ride
big
some
day.
bike.
Let's go. Let's
You can
go
send
to
me
the mall.
topless pictures. It might motivate me a little bit.
I mean, he is that fucking.
He
creepy.
does talk that
He
way.
he asked a female comedian.
O'Neill drove me nuts with him the other.
I won't say who it is. A female comedian. I got this story from someone else I know, and he said, "Do you want to come? Would you like to come shoot some pool?" This girl was like, "Oh, where?" Well, it's 1500 blah 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 apartment 6. That was his pool hall. The apartment number. One of the shadier invites that probably would have ended up getting this person killed.
That's what O'Neill was telling him. Eleanor likes to play pool. So he kept
Oh,
asking
really?
me. He's like, oh, I have a pool table.
You're a little old for my taste.
Definitely. I
could
wouldn't
work
get
with
it.
Trust me.
I could try to figure it out.
I've had worse.
I didn't know he had that sort of hair transplant
he-
budget.
That's crazy. I
And now
don't
he's
have
trying to raise $150,000.
raise.
Yeah, because he needs to do more.
Let me know
Yeah.
where to send it. I would love to pitch in.
Well, okay, you got to kind of come to the.
I
show.
want to pitch in too.
Did you guys hear the big Lakers news? This is apropos of nothing.
Well, we could close on it because I got to go on.
Give me a minute to explain this. Do you guys know who Larsa Pippen is?
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Of course.
So she's now dating Michael Jordan's son, which is tremendous.
Right. I've heard
Unbelievable.
Which people heckle even Jordan about.
Yeah.
She obviously knew the kid when he was a kid.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But anyway.
It is bizarro.
Yeah, Scotty would be like, hey, come on, man. What's going on? So, anyways, at the time, she had an affair. I think she was with Scotty, or they may have been separated with this guy named Malik Beasley. Who's
Right.
in the NBA. He's like 25. She's whatever, how old she is, like 40-something. So, Malik Beasley
She does look good.
recently
But-
traded to the Lakers. Who's on the Lakers? Scottie Pippen Jr. Brutal.
Whoa.
This guy fucked his mother. Meet your new teammate / your stepfather, Malik. That's brutal.
By the way-
That's
and the son
fucking-
has spoken up like, I hate like people coming up to me about like, it's like God, people say shit to this
It's
guy.
embarrassing. And of
let me
course,
throw
in
something
in
at
a
you.
sports element, they shit on each other all the time anyway.
Opposing
So
players, opposing fans. Not that he
Forget it.
plays, but it's brutal.
You want to talk?
You know, I don't know if you remember this. You know who Dennis Rodman is?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
The Rodmonian.
All right. Here's a little thing that you may or may not know. Dennis Rodman one time was found at the Pontiac Silverdome when they played their games there with a
He
shotgun.
was going to kill himself.
was gonna kill
Yeah, I
himself.
remember that.
All right. What
Which
do
is
you know-
weird because he seems like he has it
Yeah.
so together all the
Pretty
time.
much together.
But
Did he have lipstick on the gun?
What happened? No, at the time he wasn't wearing lipstick then.
Barely
Okay.
had tattoos, and he had one of his daughter.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
it.
this was early, right? Okay.
This
In
was
Detroit, he
before-
was pretty straight and
Right.
narrow.
All right. But what happened that night?
A young Don Barris walked
No.
up to the car.
First of all, in the car. He was going to kill himself, but he talked about it. He said, hey, you know what? I'm the best rebounder in the NBA. I'm the best hustler in the NBA. I'm going to do something else to be a fucking weirdo and have everybody look at me. And why was he contemplating suicide? If anybody gets that, you get 2 points, and those points can be used at any time, so you don't need to use it tonight.
Oh, I like that.
I think,
okay, so they can roll over points.
I think John, the producer, said he wasn't going to do his album, and it broke his heart.
I think maybe Tennessee didn't let him play pool with him.
Nope.
None of this is.
I'd like to play pool with that stick.
As you know, you just said it a second ago, he had a tattoo of his daughter on his arm.
Now a pro soccer player, highly paid.
There was a dude on the Pistons fucking his baby's mama.
Ooh, who was it?
Vinny the microwave.
I was just going to guess that.
Yeah.
That guy, he did not look like an NBA player at all. He looked like he was 60 years old. He was
And I'll
like
tell you this.
bald. He had a mustache.
And there was-
that guy could,
He was slinging
he could
dick,
score
that's for
like
sure.
a
He was
fucking.
one of these like behind the
Right,
head.
right.
But he was the
like,
microwave because he'd come in instant offense.
And you know what? And there was guys that I knew that like kind of worked. Like there was a kid that was a ball boy, and my friend was a teacher of this kid. So they went to practices. Vinny Johnson, maybe the dumbest, moronic person alive. Well, I just want to say this, and we talked a lot about a lot of things tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of Comedy Store, but then it got a little weird
was-
with basketball, but
It
that's
was
fine.
super fun with John. Boy, that guy really motivates you.
Really, John's a motivator. That's what he does.
Don is coming after me tonight. I don't know
Really
what he. I
hard,
don't know
and I
what
don't
I did
know
to this
why.
man.
Because you-
other than give him a box set that he has yet to promote.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Well, you know what? I told Mary Jane last night because
He's throwing
Okay,
Mary
hold
Jane
on.
under the bus. Here
No.
we go.
That's it. Pick on the women. I
okay,
get it.
here's the thing.
She
She
wakes
said
you up.
in
She
front
does
of you,
everything.
she said in front of you, she is the one that will take that video, and she will. I also have my Beatles album to open and Elton John. So I have 3 things to do, and I have the shirts for all 3 of them.
Whoa. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
What- which-
Don has an unboxing coming up.
Which one of those albums are you
that
most
right?
looking forward to?
There's only one right answer, Don.
The Beatles.
Okay,
Wow.
that was not it.
The Comedy Store. I meant to say. I did mean to say that.
Isn't Paul McCartney's on both of those, isn't he?
I don't know.
Comedy Store and
Yeah, he did
Beatles.
comedy
Okay,
for
I
a few
believe
years in the 90s.
it. I believe it.
Well, anyway, Eleanor, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you
if
for
I
coming
ever,
down.
like the other night, I really thought I offended you, and I felt really
We didn't
sick
offend. We
about
had
that.
fun.
Well, good.
Alexi was
I'm glad.
laughing. Her
Good,
boss was laughing. I drove them home.
You may want to call Dice and clear it up, but
And is Andrew talking to me anymore?
You just were at his birthday party in September.
Yeah, but I
When
was
was
in
the
New
last
York.
time you saw him before that?
I hadn't.
When was the last time you saw him after that?
I have.
So you didn't do anything. Why would he not talk to you?
Because of what happened before, and you just never know.
why don't you write him a letter?
Dear Dice,
Old school.
dear Dice man.
Thank you for taking the time. A lot of people don't write the letters anymore, and it hurts to not get them.
Email. Anybody can email.
Text, it's impersonal.
He must have a million emails. Nobody opens them. He got an email years ago just to have, and he just let it go.
That's good.
What would you say where he falls behind with modern man?
Him and Bill Murray. Bill Murray
Just
doesn't
at
have a
Modern.
cell phone
Yeah.
or agents. He has like a voicemail.
At least he does social media. He does that all by himself.
His cameos. The king
Yeah,
of
his cameos are.
Does he really?
He does a
Dice
ton of cameos,
He's dicey dice twice
and
as
he
nice.
does them all by himself,
By the way,
which is impressive.
I do have to say I absolutely love his idiot him coming up.
His
"Hey,
social
would you
media
like
is
to take
killer."
a picture
Yeah.
with me.
He's torturing people. He's stopping in offices now and doing stand up for people. It's glorious.
The
How
whole new
often
era.
I see once in a while that they'll know who he is.
Very rarely, yeah.
But the guy that plays like Elf, I am a big fan. look what I've turned out to be.
We really thought that guy was just a kook, and we didn't think
Yeah.
Andrew thought he was getting some kind of gold with this kooky guy, and then the guy was like,
But you're
I'm
always funny
such a
on
big
it too.
fan, and I'm like, fuck. And Andrew's like, no, I'm your fan, and he's trying from the movie.
But you do really well.
Thank
and it's
you,
very
Danny.
funny. You're really funny on that. And it's the one thing I always see on the reels, and it's It's great, and
Good,
I'm happy
thank
for
you.
you. You look wonderful.
Wow, so nice to Eleanor, not so
Wow.
nice to somebody
Not
else.
so
Not me,
nice
but
to,
somebody else in here.
No, you're one of my favorite people. Who knows more about if there the Ding Dong Show needed art? Everything I do,
I'm an
Didn't you
I'm an
direct-
archivist.
I always think about you and
Didn't you
O'Neill.
direct? You and O'Neill direct?
They directed the our pilot, our TV pilot.
We did.
Oh, it was
yes.
a TV pilot.
And I
Oh,
also saw another movie that you showed me once. I won't say what it was, but that is also stuck in my brain for a long time. Somebody in the movie couldn't perform what they needed to perform because they had some growths on their ovaries, I believe, or fallopian tube, maybe.
Oh, you're thinking about
What's that, Danny? I never heard of this movie.
what was her name?
Blue Iris?
Blue Iris.
Really?
Yeah.
It was quite the movie.
Oh,
She
like
did it-
one of her porn?
Yeah, we did because like
Her husband,
she was
great
starting
performer.
starting to do porn movies, and so Mary Jane, who had directed some stuff, said, "Let's do that," and we got Ron Jeremy to come over, and he, believe it or not,
Now disgraced Ron Jeremy.
everybody thinks Ron Jeremy what a class act.
Turns out
Turns
we
out
were all fleeced.
because when he was shooting this movie with Blue Iris, he went over to Mary Jane and the other girl helping out and said, "Hey, can you help me get hard? Because she ain't doing it for me."
What an unprofessional.
Did they help him?
No.
Good for them.
If I had been there, I would have helped him out.
But I thank you
Just
very
by
much for
pulling.
inviting me. I'm sorry that John has kept us.
Thank you for coming on and harassing my producer for no
I don't
reason.
think I love
think that's
John.
inappropriate.
I came up to John the very first day and I said, "Hey, if you need any puss, here's the guy you talk to."
And you pointed to Jeff?
Me.
Thank you to Peter. We love you, Peter.
Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We love you. You're doing a great job.
Doing a fantastic job, and we do love you. You've
I
always
don't think
been
I don't think there's no way he knows me. Most comics here don't know me, so Peter definitely does not know me.
He's always
They
been my
should know
favorite.
Jeff.
Shore.
Jeff's one of the funniest.
Don, I'm entering. I'm gonna do some graphics. Try to get that $250 reward from Pauly Shore to do the graphics for his album.
I didn't know he's doing that.
Yeah, and I don't really do graphics, but for that sort of prize, I'm in.
I think what you sent me was good, and you should send that.
that
in.
is a decent. Yeah.
I have Paulie's number, so I'll give it to you, and you can send it
Please,
to him.
please do.
It would be good.
The Krusties, right?
Dude, right?
You know what's great about this? Nobody can see this. No one's ever going to be able to see it. So
See what?
the picture, the artwork that he made.
Oh, maybe we'll put it out.
It's
If
pretty
we
good.
get enough hits asking for it, we will put it out.
Could you ask John?
John's producing the album. I heard.
Yeah, it's going to be in high def.
Some of those band members are great.
I am
Some
definitely
of those guys are
producing
like pretty old looking dudes.
What band?
pretty
member are you-
crusty, if you will.
What- oh,
They're
Paulie's
crusty.
musical.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. He posted a video today where they did a cover of the Foo Fighters, and not one of them, including Paulie, knew any of the lyrics. It was just fascinating to watch.
They're
Why-
ready for the album.
In all fairness, why is he going to take the time to learn it? It's about Paula. They're coming for Paula. They're not
Yeah.
coming to fuck.
That's
with us.
true.
And it's an homage. It's not
It
a
is an
direct
homage.
copy.
Guys, I'm going to miss my spot.
All right.
So
Hey,
let's wrap
one last thing.
Yeah.
Sarah Tiana Special 44, available at moment.co/Sarah Tiana.
I love that.
Wait a minute.
Love
Why
Sarah,
is
yeah.
that
Thank
pushed?
you. Because
We
Sarah,
Because it's a comedy
first of all,
store
it's a comedy
production.
store production. John did a lot of work on it.
John does a
Sarah's
lot
a
of work.
family member, and
John?
we're
I didn't
promoting
know
it.
that.
Well, then I say, hey, you know what? I was going to give some of my stuff, but I'd rather you just go out and check out Sarah's fucking thing.
Simply Don 1 on social media. Ding Dong Show
Wow.
Monday nights.
Look at that, Don.
Every Monday night, come by,
He's
check
closing
it out.
strong.
March 26th. Am I promoting this?
Yeah, you are.
March 26th. I'm recording a special in the original room.
What's it called?
I didn't decide yet. Why? Let's do that. We can make people write in. What do
Next
you think we should
episode,
call
yeah.
it?
I think it's the best
The
server.
next episode, number one server, head waitress,
Can you smell me from there?
That's a good one.
scratch and
Can you
sniff.
can you smell what the Eleanor is cooking? That's not a bad
Who
one.
came up with that?
I need to talk to him. You don't do that material. That's lowbrow. Keep it classy up there. Is
All
he
right.
going to be here for it?
I don't know yet.
He has a critical eye.
He does have a critical eye, but no, I don't know if he's going to be here, to be honest.
Well,
So,
thank you for doing this. I'll let you go up to the thing.
March
I just-
26th, we're doing 2 shows. So
I have
check the
nowhere to go,
website.
so-
Is Don
and
opening for you
Don
that night?
is what?
Is Don opening for the half hour?
Yes, Don's opening.
If
No,
you
I
let
didn't
me-
pick, but if you want to,
I would
come on
be more
by.
than happy to.
Okay.
Hey, who likes to fuck here?
All right, let's cut. we're
Human
gonna
pyramid.
Cut.
Maybe some balloon art, bring it out of retirement.
Die way to the danger
Okay,
zone.
all right.
I remember there was a night
A
you,
fluorescent light bulb.
you had to go up in the main room, like no one was up, and it was real early in the show. And Mitzi was there, and you were like, I'm bringing balloon art out of retirement. I think you told the audience that how special it was that you were showing them this.
Yeah.
All right.
I look like a fool. All right. Thank
Amazing.
you.
Goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye,
Also,
John.
check my website for dates. I have a bunch coming up as well.
I don't have any dates coming up. And if you come by the Comedy Store, ask for John.
All right, Jeff,
I got-
Beach Cops.
Yeah, there you go.